Thank you, Senator Crapo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and we also welcome our new members. We look forward to working with them, and as you can see, knowing who they are, they bring a high level of new talent to this committee, and we appreciate their willingness to support us. I also wanted to give Senator Sessions apologies. He had a conflict that was unavoidable. He asked that I sit in until he could get here. He will be the ranking member on our side this year, and we look forward to his solid leadership as well. I agree very strongly with the concerns that you have raised as we move forward to deal with America's fiscal dilemma. And Dr. Elmendorf, I have appreciated working with you in the past and look forward to working with you very closely as Congress moves forward to develop a proposal that we can, that is credible and that will get us out of this difficult problem. I just want to highlight a couple of points, most of which, Senator Conrad, you've already made. First, the time for delay, the time for gridlock, the time for debate is over, and we must take action. One of the strongest messages that the economists and experts who testified to the President's Fiscal Commission gave, one of the strongest messages they gave, was that the single act of the United States government, Congress and the President coming together and developing a credible plan that had a realistic expectation of being followed would be one of the most significant things we could do to strengthen our economy, to give confidence to investors, and to help rebuild the revenue side of the equation that we are dealing with as we try to build a solution to this problem. We must act, and we must act now. We must demonstrate the political will that will require us to make a lot of tough decisions. The chairman was correct. Those of us who voted in favor of this plan, I don't think a single one of us liked everything in the plan. But I do believe that every one of us was faced very, very serious criticism because of the ability to pick apart a proposal to get out of this difficult fiscal situation that we find ourselves in, and the fact that there are going to be plenty who will pick it apart, whatever we choose to do. And we must be prepared to move forward aggressively, and I give my commitment. I know that on our side and your side there is the will to engage in this issue, and we've got to move it forward now. I also believe that the President must be heavily engaged in this process. To his credit, he established a fiscal commission to deal with the issue. That fiscal commission has now issued a report. The President has an opportunity to either accept or modify that report or propose some other approach and give us a detailed plan to move forward on. It won't necessarily be the plan that Congress adopts, but the President needs to engage. We need to engage, and we must get past the politics of the past and deal with this issue, making the hard decisions that have to be made. As we move forward in that context, I personally very strongly believe that all aspects of the spending and revenue side of the equation must be on the table. They were in the President's Fiscal Commission's approach. I thought some were too lightly treated and some were too heavily treated, but they were all on the table. And as a part of that, I strongly believe that we must have tax reform. One of the, I believe, most beneficial developments of the President's Commission's activities was the elevation of the understanding that our tax code today is so complicated, so unfair, so expensive to comply with, and puts America as a nation in such an anti-competitive position with the rest of the world that we have a tremendous difficulty on the revenue side of the solution, achieving a solution. We must eliminate those problems and create a tax code in which Americans can thrive in powerful economic activity. And I know, Dr. Elmendorf, that your side of that may be more focused on the budget numbers, but ultimately, I believe, as a committee, we need, Mr. Chairman, to guide as we engage and put our approach together. We need to guide this nation in a comprehensive path toward a solution, a credible plan that can be put into place and implemented today. I mean, literally, this year, we've got to act. The last thing I will say is this. Any plan for us to get out of this difficult fiscal hole in which we have put ourselves as a nation must be a plan that will be implemented over a period of time, a period of years. And that will require that more than just this Congress participate and more than just this president participate in implementing this plan. Because of that, I believe that process reforms are as critical as the substance reforms dealing with spending and tax policy. And process reforms are going to have to be strong. What I mean by that is we need to not only create the plan we've been talking about and pass the plan and make it law, but also make it law that Congress must follow that plan and that supermajorities of votes must be achieved in order to change it, so that we can send the strong message to our people and to the world that we not only have put a plan on the table, but that we will implement it. And so there's a lot of tough parts of the task that we have before us. And Dr. Elmendorf, we're going to be relying on you for the numbers and the analysis. We've done that on difficult issues before. I look forward to doing it as we move forward in this process. But nothing could be more important. This is the most critical threat to our nation, in my opinion. And I include the threats that we receive from external sources. In fact, the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said that the greatest threat to our security is our debt. And I believe that we've got to get it right. We've got to get the numbers right, we've got to get the policy right, and we've got to get the process right. I hope that we will be able to build a strong bipartisan solution to move forward and achieve that promptly. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much, Senator Crapo.